Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, I'm going to talk about HDMI from any Android phone. So basically we're going to look at multiple options to get basically your tiny mobile phone into huge as TV. So let's dive right into it. So basically we're going to go from 5-inch to 55-inch. So what we are trying to do here is basically called casting. So it's basically going to take whatever is in your display, it's gonna mirror it there. It's not like a monitor number 2. You can do that in some software, but most of the time it will literally take whatever is on your display, directly play it on the big display. Now it does allow better working if the apps that you're utilizing have support for it. I'll explain it further. Now generally, why would people want to do that? Like if you have a TV, you have a TV. You have mobile phone, you have mobile phone. Why do you want to get them together? Well, gaming. Like recently I've been playing a lot of COD Mobile simply because I bought this controller just to play that, and playing on mobile phone is very small. I'm a PC gamer, so I don't enjoy that. So I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna play it on a giant screen. That's much more fun. Entertainment, you may be having a lot of videos, like people who go outdoors and like take a lot of videos, they want to share it with the family, so having a large screen is much more desirable. And nowadays almost all new TVs, as in like any TV that is made after let's say 2018, 99% of the time it will have a wireless casting system built into it. You don't have to do anything after that. Like you don't have to buy anything unless you are talking about very old equipment or you want something specific. You don't have to worry about it. So this is what we are trying to do. So we start with MHL. Now MHL simply means a mobile high definition link. Now if you are not familiar with this, simply because it kind of faded out, simply because yes, there are still mobile phones that have that, but it's not very popular simply because USB 3.2 standard or USB upcoming 4 standard should have proper display port built into it. So as in like protocol wise, so it can support it. Like the cable will remain exactly the same, but it will support the protocol. So if you have a system where you can extract it, awesome. So this was basically gen 1 of that idea. So basically how you see in MacBooks, you have like USB-C that can directly connect to a display. This was basically gen 1 of that. Now this will allow you to basically take your phone and make it into a PC. For example, if you buy a good quality dock with it, you can have a system where you will have power. So basically the moment you put your phone into dock, it will charge. Then you have multiple USB ports. In some system you will have Ethernet jack. So basically think of this way: you are working in college, you want to save up money so you can have a proper system, but you bought a monitor. All you do when you come home, you just buy a very basic basically dock. You plug it in, done. If you are doing basic work, you can do surprisingly large amount of things on Android systems. So people will do that. And quality dock, if you buy something like high quality, you will have a lot of IO. I mean, from SD card slots to Ethernet to multiple USB 3.0 jacks. And if your mobile supports it, you will actually get some good quality data dumping in and out from it. So a lot of things can be done just by utilizing the system. MHL will allow to have display system. So there is a consequence of that. Now the MHL protocol, while it's old, it's not present in every phone. It's kind of a feature reserved for high-end phones. So that's one thing that hurts. Now Samsung has made a kind of commitment. So all Samsung S series phone by default has MHL. Like you don't have to worry about it. It will always have MHL. The primary reason for that is like Samsung is also building an ecosystem of Dex. So basically that's what Samsung is trying to bank on, so to say, because practically speaking, even basic mobile phones have reached a point where it's like powerful enough where it can act as a good computer if the software supports it. Like again, I'm not talking about like I'm gonna do complex CAD modeling, 3D modeling, ZBrush or things of that nature, but like for average user, like basic stuff, you can do it on your phone if the software supports it. The primary reason is software does not support it is like right now, if I cast this puppy into this, like my icons would be huge. Like think of it this way: like when you go into Windows, the icons are this small. Like full HD monitor, you can have this size, the icons still would be this small. The moment you cast icons from this, the icons would be huge. Why? Because the design is such a way that your thumb can access it, not a mouse pointer, thumb can access it. So unless you have an ecosystem like Samsung Dex, where somebody designed in such a way, scale the UI element differently, basically change the TPI setting differently, you cannot utilize it effectively. You can do it, but like it won't be amazing. Now you can also buy ROG phones. They also have basically MHL out, and you can have a really good gaming experience. Very like ROG phones are fundamentally very close to a console, so to say. So this is MHL option, not available with everyone, but those of lucky of us who have a phone that has this is amazing, flat out. And the connector surprisingly cheap. Like I'm talking 200-300 rupees, basically $5 or $6 dollars as in. So some surprisingly amazing option. Then we come to the wireless option, the basically thing that I specified that is now present in every TV. Now before this you had to buy something like this Chromecast, and it's very well supported. So inherently people know for a fact that 5-inch, no matter how much display you put, like you can buy a Sony phone that is like 4K in this small, it's meaningless. You can't see much here. Like your eye cannot travel enough, like, and you do not want to be like this close to it. It will hurt your eyes. So you want the ability to, you know, cast on a big screen. So it's a system that Google is developing, and they themselves release devices on it. But it does come a consequence that it does not support copyright material. So anything that has an encrypted system into it to protect it from being pirated will not work. For example, Netflix will not work. YouTube, no problem, go YOLO on it. Most things will go YOLO on it. But like the moment you're talking about over the air ecosystems where you have like, you have to pay for the computer, there is a very good chance it will not work. Sometimes basically Amazon does work, other times it does not work. So that's the whole point. Like it's not a fundamentally complete system. So that's why when Chromecast Gen 2020 was released, it's not available in India yet, but like it's soon is gonna come. It has like a basically Android TV which can act also as a Chromecast. So, and it also has Netflix built to it. So the idea is like if you have the Netflix on your mobile phone, all you have to do is log in into this and directly watch there, and it will also do, you know, Dolby Vision, handshake and all that jazz. Now most TV have it inbuilt, and Chromecast can be utilized for old system. What does this mean? That simply means if you have a even basic Android phone, all you can do is pull from top down. There will be an icon there, Smart View. The moment you activate Smart View, it will be like tada, done. You don't have to do anything. It's like done. And because this LG has this smart pointer thing, I can actually open something, let's say like this, and even go onto large screen. Tada. This is one amazing thing. Like I'm like, this remote, I was not loving it, but now I'm loving it. It's like I don't even have to touch my phone. It's like I can put it in a charger and don't worry about it. It's like I can start it, and the audio will also come from this. Have I muted the audio? I think audio, yeah, audio was muted, so that's why. So this live cast is going on right now. So this is Chromecast. Basically almost all modern TV has it, and that's why whenever you go into YouTube, you will notice this Chromecast kind of icon right there. So it's a system that you don't have to think too much about it. It's like very easy, simple, and then why does not everybody uses it? Why they go for MHL or like, you know, wired system? Well, it does work for me most of the time, but sometimes it will literally glitch out for no reason because it's a wireless system. It is susceptible to basically interference. You may have a scenario where, like, let's say there is a mobile tower near you and it's emitting frequency that is like you know, creating harmonics in your system. Yeah, good luck with that. Like you could literally have a scenario where it's like I have Wi-Fi 6 router, everything is hardwire that is possible, and the, you know, I'm next to the router, you still have a hard time to getting this to work. Because it is a wireless system. At the end of the day, it is a wireless system. It's a good system, reliable in many cases, but many people have like, you know, I spent money after money into it, it simply does not work. So be mindful of that. Now let's go to our presentation. So this is the wireless option. You can utilize that. Now to run this wireless option, basically Google built a system which allows you to have basically take a capture of the screen, send it through a protocol. So they also built a USB system on that. So basically sending that data instead of sending over Wi-Fi can be sent over USB. So that's become our cast over USB. Now unfortunately, even though these things are quite amazing, they never got the name about it. It's like I can't even tell you what these things are called. Like everything has a different name. Like this has Miracast, this is like, you know, 3-in-1, some would say HDMI over USB. They do not have a name. Technically what they are doing is basically like this Chromecast. Now what you have to understand is this box, it is a full-fledged computer, not a powerful one, but it is enough of a computer where it can take the USB data coming from your Android phone and decode it and display it over HDMI. So this thing requires power. The easiest way to find out whether you have a MHL adapter or this cast over USB is basically there will be this block and you will have a USB power independent. It's like independent USB power. Then you will have this sort of jack. So that's the easiest way to find it out. Now I have bought this red one, and this is literally like this. So the idea is it does work. Now this will allow you to have cabled connection. Now again, depending on your radio noise, this may be a desirable thing or maybe not desirable thing, so you can utilize that. But because it was, I think, built as a debugging system and it is present anything after Android 4, so I think by Android 5 they hard-coded the protocol into it. So every OS after Android 5 has it. I mean tablet, mobile phone, whatever have you has that. It does not support audio. So while in wireless mode, you will get audio. In this, you will not get audio. So some of the drivers like this, basically cast over USB, they will have a Bluetooth chip that will receive the audio and then send the audio through HDMI. So you will, if you connect it to TV speaker will not be useless. Now I do not, I did bought this red one. I'm using this. I'm gonna show a demo of it, but for some reason I am unable to connect the Bluetooth into it. It's like I'm seeing the Bluetooth but unable to pair to it. Again, your mileage may vary, because be mindful, this system does give you stability and does not have any dropout. It's not a known system, like nobody even knows what these things are called. Like technically these are cast over USB, but no name is there, so no proper software development is there. So let's go with this. Now if you go buy any of this, like whatever the brand would be, there will be a barcode the moment you connect it. The barcodes will allow you to install an app, because be mindful that USB over data is there, but you still need an app to trigger this. So, and it does take a lot of processing power depending on your phone. So hopefully this will work. So I'm gonna connect it. Now it's charging. That is the benefit of having that USB power. Now it's gonna ask me to start streaming. Let's just see whether it works or not. Come on. Nobody's gonna buy you if you're not gonna work. Oh, come on. Seriously? Oh, it's not working now. I think that's another reason why this is not so popular. It's like the app is crashing. It's detecting whether it's connecting or not, but like for some reason it's not activating. Start now. Yes, now it's working. So you can get that. Now benefit of this still is compression. Like you are not gonna get the quality that you can get from MHL, but you will have the benefit of like a low latency. Basically the latency is fixed in this. This is one very critical aspect. If you're planning for gaming for this, people will opt for this rather than the wireless option, because the wireless option you'll have like few frames that are awesome, other frames that will have dip. That feels very bad. Compared to this will be very why did I rotated it? Yeah, this will be very stable. Basically you don't have to think about it. It's like, yeah, it works, you don't have to think about it. It's reliable. And if you are talking about basically having a Bluetooth headset, like I do Bluetooth headset system, you don't even need to worry about basically having the Bluetooth over HDMI system. And again, if monitors don't generally have a speaker or any speaker that is worth using it, so I get it. Many people will like this option, and it will work with any phone as long as above Android 4. So basically Android 5 will work. So this is one option. Now be mindful, I can play game into this, but my game slows down a lot, not because of the link. It's simply because my CPU is overloaded at that point in time. Like this is a low-end phone, like it costed me 20,000 rupees. So, and it does crop a little bit because the system was designed for 16:9. Modern phones are not 16:9. They are generally like 18:9. So it tries to squeeze it as much as possible, but there is a little bit of okay, no, a little bit of loss is there. So you will still get black bars because of that. So this is a second option. For some scenarios it will be very desirable, other scenario people will not like it that much. So this is cast over USB, the thing I displayed you. Now again, this is like, I do get it, like it's amazing thing, but it's just like not very well supported. I don't even know what to call it. That's the easiest way to find out whether this is equipment that you're looking for. Does it have an independent USB-A? That's the only way I can find it out. Now, what are the problem with this? Like, if we have this many option, we have USB cast option, we have wireless casting option, we have MHL direct HDMI, then what's the problem? Why people are not using basically their phone as a system, like a proper computer? Because most of the time, yeah, people will say, I want a goddamn amazing laptop, but all they do is watch a friend's rerun on it. So reality is, we don't do much on our laptop. Then why can't we just have a monitor or a TV and be done with it? It's like, my mobile phone is more powerful enough. So now again, I'm not talking about gaming and all that jazz. And again, the only reason my phone cannot do the USB over, it's simply because it's not implemented well enough. Because on wireless I can do that. On wireless I have been playing like that. So implementation, like why the heck Google is not doing more about it? Well, simply reason is tablets were not such a big success. So consequence was any developer who was developing apps for Android, they developed it. Mobile phone, they've made sure the icons are big enough where thumbs can trigger it and fit inside that. DPI was adjusted for that. Awesome. But yes, there was no tablet. Like tablet was not the next big thing. It was not very successful when it come to Android. So nobody designed a tablet variant of that. So consequence, your app could scale up, but UI will remain exactly the same. So your icon that is like, let's say, taking 30% of your screen on a 5-inch will take 30% of the screen on a 55-inch. Consequence, it became kind of useless. So even if you go into Chrome and you're like, okay, it's show display basically desktop site, you'll have the site and you'll barely able to see it because the DPI setting is unadjustable. So that's the consequence. Now, if you're dealing with some apps, some video editing apps are kind of good for this because they know for a fact that people might want to use this. So if you are utilizing one of those apps, you're gonna have amazing experience. But if you're not, it's only for entertainment, gamings, and things of that nature, not for as a actual working. However, even with the problems of that, not every phone being 16:9 and bit of cropping in the edge, there Samsung Dex is working a lot. And given the fact that now basically Chromecast is trying to basically Chrome OS is trying to incorporate Android apps, the fact that Windows is trying to incorporate Android apps, there is now incentive to basically make apps that have a UI mode where it try to utilize large screen. If that becomes ever a thing, like big enough thing, then I can see amazing thing. And if you are you don't have the luxury of Samsung Dex, you can try something like this, like taskbar PC style productivity tool that will allow you to have multiple tabs. And if you have a phone that is powerful enough, as in like it has let's say 6 GB or 8 GB of RAM, it can do amazing things. Be mindful is still unsupported, like you still have to like force developer options and all that jazz. So you will get amazing experience. And for web browsing, if that's all you do, like web browsing, hardcore web browsing, this is more than good enough. Like have a TV, wireless casting, if you can, your location supports it, and like you do not have RF noise, awesome. Get this done, go home, sweet dreams. If you have Samsung Desk, Samsung is actively working to improve this, and I have provided a video down below where you can see like how brick by brick they are trying to make it more and more closer to an actual OS. And I can see a lot of potential into this because again, right now phones are so powerful. How powerful they will be, like let's say 5 years from now. So I can easily see this becoming an absolute thing. And more company high-end phones are moving to USB 3.2, which has proper display port out. You can just utilize the dock that you will be using with your Mac or PC, laptop PC. So amazing things are on the horizon. Right now, no, but on the horizon, I can see amazing things. So this was my presentation on getting HDMI out from basically your mobile, any Android phone. So all the three options, one of them will work for you. I can guarantee that. So hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free. And as always, thanks for watching.